President John Dramani Mahama has strengthened his administration's cabinet with the swearing-in of newly appointed deputy ministers. And Bono S. Regional Chairman of the Ghana National Association of Private Schools has welcomed the 2025 research budget, describing it as inspiring. And in business, Pinkaso, a local dish commonly consumed among Muslim communities in Ghana, is experiencing a significant surge in demand this Ramadan season. And coming up on international front, cautious Russia weighs Ukraine's ceasefire plan as the US tries to seal a deal. We've got details of these stories and many more coming up shortly. Do stay. So how were the headlines? Was it okay for you? Do I look good on TV? Is the outfit okay? You're welcome back to the program. Remember, the broadcast is streaming on Facebook and TikTok at Globe TVG. You can join us with your thoughts and comments. This morning we begin from the presidency. President John Dramani Mahama has strengthened his administration's cabinet with the swearing-in of newly appointed deputy ministers. During the ceremony, President Mahama charged the new deputy ministers, which include the Deputy Minister of Food and Agriculture, John Dumelo, and the Deputy Minister of Roads and Highways, Hassan Suhini, to serve with diligence, integrity, and a commitment to upholding the interests of the Ghanaian people.
And deputy ministers, distinguished invited guests, friends and family of the appointed minister and deputy ministers, friends of the media, ladies and gentlemen. From the outset of this administration, I gave a solemn assurance to the people of Ghana that I will fulfill my promise to create a lean, efficient, cost-effective and performance-driven government. I committed to reducing the size of government from the largest ever in the history of our country to the smallest ever, while guaranteeing that every ministry or agency critical to national progress receives the necessary support to be able to fulfill its objectives. With this goal in mind, I have carefully exercised discretion in appointing deputy ministers only for ministries with comparatively heavier workloads. These include finance, agriculture, energy, roads, works and housing, tourism, interior, trade and agribusiness, education, justice, lands and natural resources, and local government, chieftaincy and religious affairs, and defense, all of which play critical roles in the growth, infrastructure development, and job creation in this country. The highly demanding responsibilities in these ministries require additional support to ensure swift and effective implementation of the programs and policies that we have set ourselves. Ministries that can function effectively without deputy ministers have not been assigned any deputy minister, reaffirming our commitment to a lean and efficient government. The swearing-in of this batch of 13 deputy ministers and 1 minister of state brings us closer to achieving the full complement of ministers. This week, I'll submit a final list of 4 deputy ministers to achieve the full complement of 60 ministers that we promised. We've also achieved the earliest approval of ministers by Parliament under the Fourth Republic, enabling them to get to work to roll out our commitment to the people of Ghana. And for this, I wish to thank Mr. Speaker and the honorable members of Parliament. The same commitment to composing a lean government has found expression in the appointments made at the presidency so far. So far, I've appointed 27 presidential staffers to various roles and 3 persons as directors of important governmental initiatives, bringing the total number of political appointees so far to 30. This list of 30 is pending approval from the Council of State. At the last count, there were 336 political appointees at the presidency under the previous government. While we're in the process of recruiting supporting staff to enable the full functioning of our presidency,
Deputy Presidential Spokesperson Shamima Muslim has urged Ghanaians to believe in the Mahama administration, citing its commitment to good governance, transparency and accountability. In an interview with Globe News, Muslim revealed that the government has established a monitoring and evaluation team to oversee the performance of all appointees.
According to Deputy Presidential Spokesperson Shamima Muslim, the team's primary objective is to ensure that appointees carry out their duties efficiently and effectively. She said President Mahama has tasked all appointees to seal all loopholes that lead to resource waste. However, those who fail to comply with these directives will face consequences, including termination, while those involved in bribery and corruption scandals will be prosecuted. She indicated that this move is part of the administration's efforts to promote transparency and accountability in governance. Shamima Muslim emphasized the government is dedicated to ensuring that Ghanaians have confidence in their leaders and institutions.
Governance, the example is that Finance Minister can say all ministers for budget you will be expected to deliver periodic updates on your implementation of your programs and to also provide value for money for the monies that will be released to your various ministries. And to any business as usual, nobody is allowed to waste, because I see we have to end the waste. Says here we are in government. So waste be back from 2025. So no appointee is allowed to engage in any wasteful expenses of public funds. Oh yeah, you'll be shown the exits. Omenpenye is very, very serious. And so my message is to all the ministers, all the appointees, all the CEOs. It is not a pot of gold that you are supposed to go and put your hand in and enrich yourself, because asudiana edda yenimno esupai and he said ye appointee and odia show ni say obeye corrupt edunsa akakoto government funds. The president will show you the exits, and if it is criminal, you will be dealt with. You will be dealt with. So let all the appointees know that this government will not tolerate imprudence, arrogance, corruption. More beer and damn drink said they are just going to have a free ride. Untimia exit. That's the message to.
The government has announced plans to formalize the export of Ghanaian labor to other countries starting this year. This initiative aims to provide employment opportunities for Ghanaian workers abroad, while also generating revenue for the country.
We use government procurement to drive Made in Ghana agenda to promote production and consumption of Made in Ghana goods. Right, Honorable Speaker, to demonstrate this agenda, as I said, I came to this house with a presentation of a bag proudly made in Ghana by Horseman. Mr. Speaker, this should be encouraged. Right, Honorable Speaker, beginning this year, we will formalize the export of Ghanaian labor to other countries. We will ensure a structured and beneficial system for Ghanaian workers seeking employment abroad and create safer legal pathway for them to work in foreign countries whilst protecting their rights and welfare. Mr. Speaker, this will also reduce illegal migration, prevent worker exploitation, and maximize the economic benefits of remittance and boost foreign exchange.
To the Bono East region, the regional chairman of the Ghana National Association of Private Schools, Joseph Prince Torregan, has welcomed the 2025 reset budget, describing it as inspiring. According to him, the budget statement presented on Tuesday in Parliament reflects the needs of private schools in Ghana. He spoke with me on Wake Up News yesterday.
Viewers and listeners this morning, I must say that this budget that was read yesterday by the finance minister on behalf of the president is very inspiring. especially when it comes to the educational sector. You recall that before the budget, we had our expectation about education, especially that the free senior high government in their manifesto prior to the election 2024 said that they will have a dedicated funding for it. And yesterday, we also from the finance minister that they have a dedicated source of funding for the free senior high, and the sources that they have uncapped the debt fund that will make room for the funding of the free senior high.
Right.
So we think that with that dedicated source of funds, it's going to help the free senior high. The next one is the textbooks. You know, we changed the curriculum. The previous government brought the new curriculum. And over 7 years now that we do not have textbooks. And now we have a textbook. The budget has made provision for the textbooks. And this textbook, we had our engagement before the budget, and we were promised that this time around the private schools will be included in the distribution of the textbooks.
Right.
Even if we will not get all as the government schools are getting, but for the core subjects, we are likely to get some for our Ghanaian children in the private schools. So we think that this budget will help us going forward.
Meanwhile, some assembly members have also thanked President John Dramani Mahama and the Finance Minister Kasila Toforsen for incorporating their interests into the budget. This move is seen as a significant step towards addressing their concerns of assembly members who play a crucial role in local governance.
Assembly members play a vital role in their communities, often serving as the first point of contact, for instance, for residents in need. They offer assistance for various issues, including healthcare, education, and financial assistance. However, this dedicated work comes with immense pressure, making the allocated funds a welcome respite. Meanwhile, a significant allocation of 100 million Ghana cedis has been designated to assist in the work of assembly members, bringing relief to these grassroots leaders. Some assembly members in an interview with Globe News have shown appreciation to this development.
As an assembly member, I'm so happy. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama with the finance minister, they have included assembly members' interest in the budget. As we all heard or witnessed, 100 million Ghana cedis have been assigned to the assembly members, and I think this comes as a relief. You know, assembly members are more or less like the grassroots. They are the grassroots. They do a lot of work. When people are ill, when people are sick, when people need school fees and other things, they come to assembly members. So there's so much pressure on these assembly members. So I'm happy, I'm so elated that this money is going to help the assembly members as we all expect. I mean, this one was included in the budget.
Some also said the allocated funds are expected to empower assembly members to continue delivering essential services and support to their communities, fostering growth and development at the grassroots level.
President knows the type of work the assembly members have been doing, because the assembly members are the representative of the president at the electoral area, as the municipal chief executive or MMDCs represent the district or the municipality. So the work is so tedious. We have been going to funerals, naming ceremonies, whatever happened within the community, assembly members, we have been called because we are the first point of call. So if it's going to help us, that is the best, because we need resources to do the job. We doesn't have it. We are barehanded because it's nothing. Assembly members, the job we are doing, that's what we get money, and then we've been doing all this up and down work. Sometimes you'll be going to assembly meetings, you'll be called. You have to make resources to go. If there's no motorbike, even though there's a motorbike, you have to buy a fuel. I know the cost of the fuel now. So it's good that he's going to help. If anything more, he has to add it to the assembly members so that we can get resources to do the job. I think that is good, because first I promise that, or I just ask that if they can help the assembly members by giving part 5% of the common fund to the assembly members, because yesterday it was said by the finance minister that 80% of the common fund should go to the assembly, because some of the assemblies has a contract with other companies, so they take the money in source. So before the money will reach at the assembly, it's left with only little money.
Ghanaians have begun to share their thoughts on the 2025 budget, which was presented to Parliament on Tuesday, March 11th, 2025. While some have expressed enthusiasm over the proposed tax reforms, others have voiced disappointment. Idris Hamzata has more in the following report.
Before the inaugural presentation of the Mahama Jane government's budget, Ghanaians had high expectations of the budget. Top on the list of expectations were the removal of the e-levy, a 10% burden levy, and emissions levy, which have been a significant burden on citizens. Many Ghanaians were also hoping to see the fulfillment of several promises made by the government. The budget presentation delivered by Finance Minister Dr. Kasel Atoforsen on March 11 address some of these expectations. Sebastian, an iron boy, two spare parts dealers at Techiman magazine, praised the president for honoring his pledge to Ghanaians. However, they want the government to ensure its effective implementation rather than remaining on paper.
Tax na oyi eno de waya de pa bet onhwe no onye ho adwuma ana mo nsan nkofa chire nkofa tax fufu bia nso ensan fa mayere yen se wayi we afiro ni nti no akofa another one bia akon no de aye yi
de esrense ono nso aba de waka no onye enye se obeka no paper so keke eba empanifo no msu ba no no mka paper so mbe bibia kama eba se eba reality ana akoya asem. And yes, we are first time or the budget yaba, and we are waiting for the next one and do Timmy and the one to me and near bonnet. You see, I the intimate can home assembly. The essence, the memoir not do kind of want to deliver so that next budget, you know, a bit my bash, you know.
Nana Korea believes that removing taxes, specifically the e-levy, is a misguided decision. Instead, he advocates for the government to broaden the tax system to encompass the informal sector.
Mampani ni kwa senka or say e-levy no way there would travel if the Ghana for more tax there oh, and now what say tax and also your carpenter for Ghana have BN tax or more motor tala for so have BN tax Simbenda. Obekita was saying that DMU Obetima Ajibia Besset 20,000. And so tax no or more or my stock it will be now more forced to Nippon when you're there 1,000. Tibet Rabban say or more carpenter for and now or the saying steam bender for mason for or for so Obetima tax said from observe the whole Ghana said carpenter for on Babu be a best say 1 million. When I say BM Abano. Banti bia abano 10 cities kura mfise bitima de abwa man no se bia me metega me wotachima na sama ye obi adwuma na nipa no won kan na me ye mezini a o send this kind of mami a na me say carpenter ni ntuata so no okoyi abano benya kakra ye de afiri no ho so unza Ghana for the impetus tua ntitam bia no e say tax no omudi wura ba bia betima ma obi a ye de atua tax ne ye de ebi.
So that was some Ghanaians sharing their thoughts on a 2025 budget statement presented by the Minister for Finance, Dr. Kasel Atoforsen, on last Tuesday. You are still watching the Wake Up News on Globe TV. I am Brighter. We'll see coming up on the program, Pinkaso, a local dish commonly consumed among Muslim communities in Ghana, is experiencing significant surge in demand this Ramadan season. We've got details wrap shortly. Coming up, stay with us. Remember, the broadcast is streaming on our socials, especially on Facebook and TikTok at Globe TVGA. Do join us with your thoughts and comments. Let's do some health-related stories because President John Dramani Mahama has announced a significant shift in the government approach to completing the stalled Agenda 111 project. In a move aimed at revitalizing the healthcare sector, Mahama revealed that the government will partnering with the private sector and healthcare entrepreneurs to complete this critical project. These facilities, according to the President, will be managed in collaboration with the Ghana Health Service, ensuring a cohesive and effective approach to healthcare delivery in the country.
With regards to healthcare, would like to see what the cooperation is. We do have a problem with our hospital facilities. The previous government started a huge project in healthcare, building more than 100 hospitals, and somehow we're stuck because they spent a lot of money and not been able to operationalize any of them. And so we're looking to see if we can have some cooperation with the private sector or any entrepreneurs that are into hospital management to finish those hospitals and manage them over a period of time in collaboration with the Ghana Health Service. And so that's an area that is open to discussion. I met the chairman of ENI, Eni. He was here. We had very good discussions. There were some issues that they had during the previous administration. Happily, we've been able to resolve them. And so he indicated that they were willing to go ahead with their investment.
To some business stories, Pinkaso, a local dish commonly consumed among Muslim communities in Ghana, is experiencing a significant surge in demand this Ramadan season, resulting in a substantial boost in sales for vendors. According to reports, vendors are struggling to keep up with the high demand for the popular dish, which is commonly prepared during the holy month of Ramadan. My colleague Idris Hamzada has been investigating this story, and he will have more details in her upcoming report.
As the sun sets around 6 o'clock p.m., signaling the end of the day's fast, Muslims eagerly anticipate breaking their fast. One staple food that inevitably catches the eye is Pinkaso, a Ghanaian traditional food that is often associated with Ramadan. It is made from flour, yeast, sugar, salt, water, vegetable oil, and a blend of spices. Pinkaso is a treat that's not exclusive to Ramadan. Its popularity surges during the holy month. The question is, why is Pinkaso commonly prepared and more consumed during Ramadan? Asana Osman, a seasoned vendor who has been selling Pinkaso for years during Ramadan, reveals that sales are encouraging during this period compared to other months due to the high demand.
Pinkaso Ramadan after Ramadan, because we be breaking the fast now.
Pinkaso is often paired with cocoa as a snack rather than being eaten alone. Cocoa joints, which have been operating quietly throughout the day, come to life in the evening. These popular food stalls come alive, serving mostly Muslim customers who are eager to replenish their energy. Amina, affectionately called Kokora, says that selling Pinkaso with cocoa increases her sales during Ramadan compared to Kose. Hawa Ahmed says that cravings for a variety of foods become higher among Muslims who are fasting, and hence pairing cocoa with Pinkaso satisfies her cravings better than other snacks. This traditional Ghanaian treat is a clear favorite among those breaking their fast. Its sweet, comforting aroma wafts through the air, enticing passerby to stop and sample a piece. As the demand for Pinkasson surges during this period, vendors work tirelessly to keep up with the order, ensuring that everyone can enjoy this beloved food. For Globe News, Idris Hamzata.
Workers at China Fujian Fish Limited, located in Eswatri, Sai Odoku district, have taken to the street to protest against the growing menace of vandalism and attacks by some communities in the area. The workers claim that these security threats are not only disrupting their work, but also instilling fear among them. Workers of China Fujian Fishing Ghana Limited expressed their concern at a media engagement. According to the workers, the company is known for its large-scale tilapia farming operation in the Sai Osudoku district. However, continuous attacks by some communities are negatively impacting the company's operations. They say security threats from the workers are preventing most workers from going to work with the fear of being attacked. As employees, they are calling on the relevant authorities and security agencies to come to their aid to curb the attacks.
We have a lot of problems here, especially if they cut out our nets. It just affects us, the workers. Before they will start cutting their net, if we came work this morning, sometimes afternoon time, the time we come back from break, we see that the nets have been cut. It just affects our boss and then the manager on the company. Because of that, they don't get profit to increase our salary fast.
But we to free over bank every channel to a higher and you follow so it's yesterday about
The public relations officer for the company, Daniel Benini, reiterated the concerns of the workers, saying they will appreciate if the government and relevant security agencies can help address the challenges despite bringing the issue to the attention of the security agencies.
We are facing a lot of problems in this company. The problem that we are facing here is that there are a group of people which we don't know them, always attack this particular company. And we are pleading to all the securities in this country that they should come to this company aid to solve the issue amicably. Because else, the Chinese people have a bad name in this country. But we are trying to let the public know that it is not Chinese people in this country who are bad. We have the good people and then the bad people. This Chinese Fujian fish company, they are doing a lot to help the country. So we are pleading to government, we are pleading to IGP, we are pleading to all the authorities to come to this company aid to make sure they will also have their peace of mind.
Family head and landlord of the area in which the company is operating, Nomo Isaac Tay, says this will be potential job losses if the company collapses.
There's this company, Fuji company, located on our land. And as I talk here, I'm the family head of the place where they are working. And there's this pressing issue that we wish if government could pay ears to us to resolve. First of all, this company has been here for about 15 years now, and per their operations, they have been facing a lot of challenges. And all the challenges about theft. In fact, we don't know where this kind of miscreants are coming from. And they are coming here just to attack the company to spoil our work.
We have more local stories available on our website at www.globetvonline.com. Coming up on the international front, cautious Russia weighs Ukraine's ceasefire plan as the U.S. tries to seal a deal. Details wrap shortly. Don't go anywhere. On the international front, the Kremlin said on Wednesday it will reveal details from Washington about a proposal for a 30-day ceasefire in Ukraine before responding, while U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio hoped a deal would be struck within days. As Moscow considered the plan, President Vladimir Putin stressed a military fatigue made a surprise visit to Russia's Kursk region for the first time since Ukrainian troops captured part of it last year.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Wednesday said he hoped that if Russia were to accept an immediate ceasefire proposed by the U.S., the two sides could use the 30-day truce to draft a comprehensive peace plan. But so far, Moscow has said it is waiting for more information about the proposal unveiled a day ago.
But as far as the Russian reaction to it, that's really the question here.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that response to the proposal would say a great deal about Russia's aims.
If their response is yes, then we know we've made real progress and there's a real chance of peace. If their response is no, it would be highly unfortunate and it would make their intentions clear.
Rubio announced the outlines of the proposal a day ago after more than 8 hours of discussions with Ukrainian officials in Saudi Arabia. Russian President Vladimir Putin has repeatedly said a short-term truce is not the way to end the war. Ukraine has also long said it rejected a short-term ceasefire unless it included the withdrawal of Russian forces from territory seized, warning that Moscow could use a lull in the fighting to reposition its troops for future offensives. Kiev seemed to relent on that front Tuesday in a possible sign of improved ties with Washington after an Oval
More international stories available on our website at globetvonline.com. Coming up in sports, Real Madrid edges Atletico Madrid in Champions League thriller, set up quarter-final clash with Arsenal. We have more sports stories coming up shortly. Don't go anywhere. In a nail-biting Champions League match, Real Madrid defeated Atletico Madrid 4-2 in a penalty shootout after the tie ended 2-2 on aggregate following extra time. This victory marks the second time Real Madrid has eliminated Atletico Madrid in a
Les mains sur les hanches pour défier un monument, l'immense Yellow Black. C'est frappé! Se concentrent, sont soudés. Alvarez, buteur à l'aller. Alvarez s'est frappé! Sous la barre pour le Real Madrid, l'échec d'Alvarez et Valverde a la possibilité au même endroit au ras du poteau. Puis c'est Llorente qui voit sa tentative, il a la balle de la qualification. Si Rudiger, trop au black, c'est gagné pour le...
Arsenal secured a thrilling 2-2 draw against PSV Eindhoven in the other. Cat Vincent Fogo and the rest of the sports crew at 9 a.m. on Sports Arena, and at 4 p.m. with Sports Premier here on Globe Television. Let's take a recap of our top stories. President John Dramani Mahama strengthened his administration's cabinet with the swearing in of newly appointed deputy ministers. And Pinkaso, a local dish commonly consumed among Muslim communities in Ghana, is experiencing a significant stage in demand this Ramadan season. An international front cautious Russia weighs Ukraine ceasefire plan as the US tries to seal a deal. And in sports, Real Madrid edges Atletico Madrid. You have the entire production team led by Jonah Abana McCaffrey. Many thanks for watching. I am Brighter. We have a good morning and enjoy the rest of our program. See you tomorrow.